There I go again with the muted microphone there. Pardon me for that, folks. Just wanted to hop on here real quick and say that there's really not much of a chance here for some severe weather here tonight. I thought I edited the title up there, but for some reason that did not update. But just double checking that. Okay, people can hear me now. Yep. Again, I clicked to unmute. I clicked to change the title. I guess my thing's just kind of slow to load here tonight. But not really looking at much here in the way of severe weather tonight. I just kind of wanted to provide a update onto the storms that are out there. There are some strong storms, even though it's below the severe threshold. Just kind of something that'll kind of make some noise there in the night. I'm going to kind of take things full screen here and just kind of steer you around of what we're looking at here. We'll start up here in the northeast, where I think we probably have the highest impact storms right now. I'll just kind of flick on the lightning there real quick, and you can see these are some pretty electric storms up there, kind of a line from just north of Champaign, probably around the Rantoul area there, all the way northeast, well beyond the area, even up there into the Lake Michigan area there right now. And you can just kind of see that line of storms there, some gusty winds, probably anywhere just between about 40 to 50 miles an hour there. And a good amount of lightning as well. And one thing that's recently developed, an outflow boundary, just a boundary of cool air that kind of just draws out from underneath these storms as they move on through. It's kind of sparked a few extra storms here in southern McLean and northern DeWitt counties. And the only significance of that is that these are some really slow moving storms. And I just kind of watch a general area here over, I'd say, the next half hour, maybe an hour here, just kind of depending on how long they remain there, for potential for some flash flooding in there, as rainfall rates look to be pretty good in those storms. We'll kind of just take off the lightning there and just watch those storms just really rapidly pop up there within the last 30 or 45 minutes. So anywhere, we'll kind of just zoom in there, kind of the Bellflower area. And if I recall right, I believe maybe it was last weekend. Would have been the weekend there just after the 4th of July. Bellflower kind of just got a rogue little storm that kind of actually caused some damage up that direction. And, well, you're kind of getting a little bit of extra here tonight as well. And with these, I'd be watching for the flash flood potential. And these storms really haven't made a whole lot of ground here. Kind of got things just on an hour loop. So that is the result of that outflow boundary. We're kind of watching just a couple of zones where maybe some storms could fire up. But when you get into the nighttime hours, you kind of lose the instability of the heat and the moisture there during the day. A lot of your storms are kind of lesser in magnitude there. Now, I also want to talk about some of the storms knocking on our door to the west as well. And actually, I've had the Springfield camera up here for the last 30 minutes and had an incredible, and I mean incredible, light show move on through there. And you can see that is where the highest volume of lightning here is with some of these storms. And I'm going to get that Springfield camera moved around here. I've got it pointing to the west. Those storms are now to the south of town there, and I'm going to get you guys a look at that because I think that is kind of something to behold, and I think that's really what you're going to watch a lot here through the nighttime hours. You're going to watch it and hear it plenty, of course, as that lightning and thunder is going to be quite bright and quite loud here into the night, and I'm actually kind of fighting the winds here to get my camera turned around. I'll go ahead and put it up there so you guys kind of maybe even laugh at me there as I try to turn the camera around and fight the winds there. So there we go. There's your Springfield camera. Things getting pretty windy that direction. I believe right now just 40-mile-an-hour gusts, maybe just a little more there, and maybe half-inch diameter hail. But it's definitely making its presence felt there in Springfield. If you're in that area right now, you're probably hearing all the thunder and lightning. Might not have any signal there in your TV as well. Got a couple of people asking here, just kind of gandering over at the comments. Looking at anything too bad. These are really just kind of just ordinary summer thunderstorms is what we're kind of looking at here tonight. Again, I expect this this little update here to be brief. That's all I wanted to do, was just kind of provide you guys with info on what you'll be seeing here over the course of the next hour and into the night as well. We're not expecting severe weather. Maybe one of these kind of jumps up to strong storm status, kind of like what they are here right now. That was a nice little strike of lightning there. But I'm not expecting anything too crazy that you'll have to, keep one eye open here into the night. But the loud thunder could very well wake you up here into the nighttime hours, but it'll be a kind of thing that should fade as the night goes on. By sunset there, things should be nice and clear. We're going to go ahead and pop radar back up here and take a look at what's going on across the area. We'll tag that lightning back on there here real quick, and you can see those two areas of interest from really the far northeastern extent of our area there in Iroquois County, all the way down 57 there into Champaign, and then kind of around the I-55 corridor here at the moment as well. Getting some, we're just going to take a look at some comments here and see what everybody is chiming in with here. Got storm over Paxton, definitely hearing that thunder and seeing the lightning there right now. Someone just got online, going to make it to Champaign. At the moment, Champaign's kind of in a little bit of a hole here in the storms. That stuff up to the northwest kind of slowly creeping that direction, but I think it's really kind of moving more east than it is south there. So Champaign, unfortunately, staying a little dry here at the moment. We'll kind of watch and see how things fill in overnight. But at the moment, kind of missing out there on some of the very much beneficial rain that some parts there up to the north are getting, and really up there to the north, that's where the worst of the drought is. And it's kind of nice to see some of that rain falling there, albeit a bit brief. It's nice to get some nice heavy rainfall there for just a few brief moments. Got someone asking what's going on there in Springfield, any kind of growth in store for that kind of line of storms moving that direction. As far as growth, kind of. I mean, this storm complex is going to kind of form, one larger cluster of storms into the night. So in that sense, yes, it will grow, but it's not necessarily going to grow in strength. It's just going to kind of become a little more widespread. I've got one person asking here about Arthur as well. Kind of just in this little region here, just kind of a triangle between, I'd say, about Champaign, Clinton, and Decatur. Kind of just not much going on out this direction here. So I'm not worried about anything anywhere here at all, but not seeing any kind of storm chances in that little triangle here at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, pretty bright lightning, pretty loud thunder, and pretty good winds here with some nice heavy rain. And that's about all that we're expecting out of tonight's storms here. We're going to go ahead and keep our eyes peeled on this set here in northeastern, I should say in the northeast part of the area, because that's probably bringing the strongest winds here right now. And in addition to that, we've got that little cluster out there along I-55 as well. Again, without the instability of the daylight there, things are just naturally not going to be quite as strong here into the night. But as I said, I wanted to hop on here and just kind of give a little brief rundown. And I'll pop up the future track real quick there for those of you interested in what you can expect tonight. Maybe you're just kind of jumping on here real quick and heading off to bed there, getting ready for the day tomorrow. We'll kind of drag through things on future track. Could see a little of a clustering of storms there. Bring some nice steady rainfall to parts of the area there. Kind of just expecting it somewhere between about Springfield and Champaign, kind of along I-72 there. I don't know how far southward this is going to get. I do have a few people kind of asking about the Effingham area down there. It's going to be pretty scattered in nature. In fact, I'm not liking your chances very much of seeing anything. Nothing I'd really bet on there, but as you can see, things should be clustering here within the next few hours. And as it does that, your severe chances already near zero, but they're going to kind of go out the window there once everything kind of clusters together. Just be general thunderstorms at that point. And by sunrise there, things should be clearing on out and not looking so bad there at all. So we are going to pop back up radar here, and we're going to look at our Springfield camera again here, actually. I'm going to get it on Springfield. I'm just going to kind of look around at a few places on our sky cams that might be seeing some of these active storms, just kind of get you a eye on the inside of what things are, what's going on here in the area here right now. And unfortunately, it looks like my Springfield camera might be the only one seeing much going on. I think I could probably get some lightning there from the Champaign cam, but there's probably several of us, if you just kind of look around outside even, you can probably see lightning in the distance no matter where you're at here. There's some pretty intense lightning that is going to be putting on quite the show here into the night, into much of the night here. As that's kind of what you're seeing there in Springfield on this camera. If a storm comes by your area, this is probably what you're going to see here. It's just going to be, a little gusty at times, nothing severe. Could be some heavy rain, plenty of lightning there as well, but nothing to really make you sweat here into the night. Just kind of a nice little summer storm passing through. You can see those winds really kicking up there. I'm going to go ahead and toss up the wind graphic here, just to kind of see what all is going on out there here right now. And I don't imagine there's going to be anything that jumps off the page there. Yeah, pretty general winds out there, but these are non-storm winds, so getting up to kind of 20 miles an hour there around the Springfield area. We'll go ahead and check the gusts out there, just kind of see what some of the recording stations are putting up there. And make sure we get the closer view here. Yeah, you can kind of see those gusts just around 40 miles an hour, with the peak kind of being that Springfield cluster. Kind of imagined that northeastern line would probably be giving some gusts as well, but not very many stations there in that area that would be kind of picking up those winds. So that's why you're not seeing a whole lot happening there on that side of the area. But I do want to take mention here of just the lightning that we're seeing here with some of these storms, and that's one of the main reasons I jumped on here. People are going to hear the thunder, see the lightning, and kind of wonder what's up, what's going on here. And that's really all that you can expect to see. We kind of have enough instability to still generate all that thunder and lightning, and the noise is going to kind of be trapped there close to the surface as we have kind of capped off the lower atmosphere there and going to just make things really noisy here into the night. Got a few people asking any tornado risk here. Not expecting tornadoes here tonight. In fact, not really expecting severe weather. Maybe one of these storms kind of somehow gets, a little second life, maybe gets a little extra boost there from an outflow, but I'm not expecting anything really to happen here out of the night. Just kind of wanted to hop on here and give people a rundown of what's going on here at the moment and just kind of give a look into what we're going to watch here for the rest of the night. And I'll be around just kind of watching these storms, just kind of babysitting the radar here, making sure nothing gets out of hand. But this isn't any kind of big time severe weather risk. Just wanted to show people what's happening here. I got people asking about Mattoon as well, kind of up and down I-57 from Champaign all the way down to Mattoon. You might see some showers and storms later into the night, but nothing will be severe there. In fact, you might get a nice little dose of rain, and things could be pretty noisy. You might wake up in the night to some of that lightning and thunder, of course, but really nothing, like I said, to keep one eye open for or kind of sweat here into the night. One impactful thing going on here right now, of course, those gusts are one thing to watch as far as impact, but I really am kind of just slightly concerned about this rain in southern McLean and northern DeWitt counties, just because it's not really gone anywhere here in the last 30 or 45 minutes. If that rain just kind of continues to train over the same areas, you could see some flash flooding potential here, so that'll be one thing to watch. Not very impressive looking storms, but they have held together pretty decently here since they have been generated. As you can see, they just kind of popped up immediately and have kind of held form there ever since they were generated there by that outflow boundary from those storms, a little bit off to the east there of it. But that's pretty much all I intended to say here with this update. Didn't plan on staying on here too long, just kind of wanted to give people a rundown and make sure that no one was too alerted there, kind of hearing the thunder, seeing the lightning. We didn't talk too much here about the severe weather risk. That has now really concluded just because we really didn't see a whole lot coming there, but I just wanted to make sure you guys were informed here into the night, hearing some of the storms, thinking, severe weather risk out there. No, not really. You could hear some pretty noisy storms, but that's to be expected here with some of these summer thunderstorms. I will take a look here at a few questions. If you guys have any, I'll kind of just do a little Q&A here for the next couple of minutes. Not really anything to worry about out there, but we'll certainly kind of help out and put anyone's mind at ease there that is asking. Kind of look here, Hoopston area. You might see some storms kind of there in the Vermilion County region as that line kind of pushes on in. I'll kind of zoom in there on the Vermilion County area. It's really far up there to the north, but it can definitely have some reach down there into parts of central Vermilion County. Just kind of a little tail, kind of doing its best to kind of drag along. Champaign dry at the moment, Danville dry at the moment. Could that change? Yes, but it would be very brief there, and it would not be very impactful. I've got someone else taking a look. Lots of people with their appreciation here for the update. That's what we're here to do. And like I said, we'll keep watching here into the night to make sure nothing crazy changes. We've got Taylor traveling to Peoria Airport around 3 a.m. Things, I'm not sure where you're taking off from to get there, but anywhere kind of northwest of this is going to be pretty well safe here for the night. You might run into a shower or something, but not anything that's going to cause strong winds that'll, kind of blow you around the road or anything. Might see some nice lightning to kind of keep you awake there on your drive, but no, nothing. Basically, if you look anywhere northwest of these storms, they're kind of done for the night. The exception being kind of a stray spot or two that might see some development there with that outflow boundary. But aside from that, looking up northwest here, things should be good. I will run the future track one last time, though, just to kind of whoever's curious about what might be happening where they're at, they'll kind of get a look at that here. But as I said, nothing to sweat about here overnight whatsoever. So there's your future track. This one's not doing too bad of a job of replicating what's going on right now. It's kind of how we base which future track we decide to show is how well it's handling the current situation. Got that line up there to the northeast that checks out with what's going on. Got that cluster moving from the southwest that checks out with what's going on. And we'll just kind of send this forward in time. Those storms to the southwest will kind of form a little bit of a cluster, a little bit of a line there, one might say, and you'll see some rain in parts that aren't feeling it right now. Again, Champaign, Decatur, you're not feeling the storms right now, but you definitely could here into the nighttime hours. Loud thunder, but that's really the biggest thing. Thunder and lightning does not have any kind of any effect on whether or not a storm is severe or not. Obviously, severe storms have more lightning, but just because there's more lightning in a storm does not make it severe there. So we'll just kind of listen around for that. Again, it might wake you up there into the night. But if anything, we might get a nice good rain here for some spots, and things will really start to wane there as we head into the sunrise hours. Not looking at any kind of precip there into the morning there on Saturday as well. So take a look here at a couple last questions and just kind of wrap things up here. Again, I'll be sticking around here. I will be just kind of monitoring things. If I see anything too exciting, I'll put it on my personal Facebook there. So just be sure to keep a look on things. One person asked, what is that orange thing up around Kankakee? I'm assuming you're kind of looking up here to those severe thunderstorm warnings out in kind of northern Indiana. That's all kind of come and gone. A little bit of a scare there earlier up near the Chicagoland area. There were some severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning there, and almost put the Cubs game in jeopardy there towards the end. But that has all come to pass. Not looking at anything up there kind of around the Kankakee area. People asking about Danville and Mattoon again. Right now, nothing's out there. Later on in the night, though, you could definitely hear some pretty booming thunder and maybe get some nice rain. Could be some gusty conditions there at times, but not really too concerned about anything. Does tomorrow look dry or more rain chances? Much of the daytime tomorrow, things are going to be quite dry. There could be a couple of pop-up storms there tomorrow night, but really not looking at anything big as far as, widespread rain chances. Really all weekend here. There might be another chance Sunday night as well, but nothing really widespread until we get to really to the middle part of the week, I believe Tuesday night. We'll check a couple more questions here. Aside from that, we'll wrap things up. We'll just do a little summary here. Watching that line of storms up here in the northeast, now east of I-57. Probably bringing some gusty conditions and some nice thunder and lightning, and some nice heavy rain for folks that really need it up there that direction. Area of interest number 2, a little cluster of showers and storms as a result of a boundary of cool air that's just kind of pushed out from that line of storms, kind of just generating this nice little pool of showers and storms. And the storms aren't really moving anywhere. I believe last check it said it was moving east at 10 miles an hour, so very slow moving storms, and that's when you have the potential for some flash flooding. So just kind of watching a general area here, kind of a tri-county area around Piatt, DeWitt, and McLean counties there for maybe some flash flooding here into tonight. So keep that in mind. If you've got, if you're out and about, just make sure you are aware that there could be some flooded roads at some point here if this keeps up. If your kids are out, obviously a Friday night, something to keep in mind. Just make sure you keep an eye on them and make sure that they are aware of the situation at least. And then last check down here to the west, on the Springfield area, big thing with that, kind of the loud thunder and plentiful lightning as it kind of moves through downtown there and starts to make its way down I-72 there, soon to be in places like Christian County, Macon County, and eventually Logan County there as well. So that's what we're watching. These should just kind of congeal into some nice showers and storms here overnight. Again, severe weather threat, pretty much zero here at this point. You might have a strong storm kind of get close to that level here tonight, but if that happens, again, I got you covered there on my Facebook. I'll make sure I keep an eye here on radar. Make sure you guys are good to go here into the nighttime hours. So with that being said, I think we'll wrap things up here. Thanks for jumping in here to your brief storm updates. And with that, we will say good night. And again, I'll be sticking around here in case any storm chances are here. But we'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early, 8 a.m. show. You've got me there to guide you there with the weather for your weekend ahead. So I'll say, everybody,